After a nuclear deal was struck last month with Iran, world powers, they have been chomping at the bit to sign business deals and contracts with that country. Now, France and Germany have sent representatives, and now Italy is sending both its foreign minister and economic development minister for a 2-day visit to Iran. So the question is, I think we know it, what's on the table? Let's get more, because Amir Paivar is our economics correspondent from the Persian service and joins us. Amir, always good to have you with us on the programme. You've been to a lot of these conferences that we've seen over the past few months all around Europe, and now obviously we've got lots of visits to Iran. Apart from oil, yes, we know there's a potential, lots of oil. What's on the table for these countries?
Let's start with the Italian delegation. I hear the representatives of car maker Fiat are also in this delegation. Automotive industry is one of the most attractive ones for European car makers. Iran is planning to triple the number of cars it manufactures to 3 million in 10 years, which means and it can't do this without help from car makers in Europe. And we already know Peugeot, Renault, Volkswagen, Daimler-Benz, they've all shown interest in the delegations you mentioned. They were members of these people from these companies going to Iran, looking at possibilities for joint production of cars. But it's not just automotive, aviation, retail, hotel building, electricity, you name it. The country has been in isolation in this new round of sanctions for almost 10 years, and in some areas for 30 years. It's a massive market open, ready to be tapped by the foreign investors and firms.
Yeah, they all want a slice of it. It's one thing wanting a slice of it, getting in there and doing business, but surely there must be challenges doing business in Iran.
Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, where do I start?
You don't have that long, so...
So the bureaucracy in the country, there's a monstrous bureaucracy in the country trying to get licenses, trying to register companies. There is a very sound foreign investment protection law, but there are laws, all kinds of laws which are good on paper, but in implementation they're way behind. There's also a question of corruption. We know some oil companies around 15, 20 years ago got involved in cases where they had to change their entire board because they apparently had paid off to get deals in Iran. So there's a question of corruption as well, and also generally protection of intellectual property, of your brand, of your product in that country.
Sure. And it's, again, I also say, you know, again, everybody, there's a lot of optimism. We know the potential. But am I right by saying nothing can be done? They can sort of line everything up, but nothing can be done. No contracts can be signed until the sanctions are actually lifted, right? And at the moment, all hinges on US Congress?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So officially, sanctions are not yet removed. What will happen is Iran will have to implement its end of the nuclear bargain, i.e. whatever it has to do with its centrifuges, uranium enrichment, so on and so forth. When that is done and verified by UN nuclear watchdog, it is only after that when the US Treasury, the European Union will start lifting those sanctions, and that's only after that they can enter into deals with Iran.
Well, I know you're going to keep across it as we are, and no doubt we're going to be speaking to you again, Amir. Thank you. Amir Paivar from the BBC.